where you were encouraged to jot down your memories of Al. And we know that many of you didn't have an opportunity to do that. And so we're giving you this opportunity now to sort of say something. It must be brief because of the number of people who are here. That's number one. Number two, it must be from up here because this is being videotaped to send to Al's son, I believe, who's in the military?
No, he's up in Maryland.
In Maryland. He couldn't be here for this, so it'll be videotaped, or it is being videotaped rather, and it will be sent to him. So if anybody would like to comment, again, briefly, you're welcome to come forward and speak from here.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nashira. I'm Al Tuting's daughter, and this is Zawaya, his grandbaby. And I just wanted to comment on how everybody had mentioned that Dad was always there to help you with whatever you needed. I work at Labor of Love, a birth center in Dunedin, and they needed me to work on Thursdays. And I had no one to watch Zawaya, my daughter. Dad had Fridays off, and he said, no problem, I'll do it. Went to work, talked to whomever, came home, said, I'll be there every Thursday. And he was just like that. Everything I needed, moving back and forth to North Carolina, everywhere, he'd be there, come pick me up, load up the stuff, come home, unload it. Same thing with Karina and Nath. Just moved Nath up to Washington, D.C. Drove his car up there. They took a nice road trip. And it was probably about 3 weeks ago that I was talking to Dad about work. And I said, Dad, why do you work so much? He said, I would do it for free. He really loved his job, and he loved all the people here. He really did. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Peguero. I work with Al in several projects, and I don't remember, in all my life, have the sense that technology was fun. And he had kind of he's one of the few persons that made me think that maybe engineering is not so bad, because he make it so engaging and some fun about something that for me was so obscure that all our projects together came to a realization that before that take years or decades to get that. I never saw that. And since Al was around, everything was just right there a few months later. A blood pressure monitoring machine was there. Capability to get a computer to get information from the dialysis machine was just right there. We were the second place in the whole nation to have that capability. I like him as a professional, and he was a really good friend. Thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Lucas. Al was a good friend to an awful lot of people here. Did you ever notice that there are people who are placed in our lives who are shortcuts to happiness? And that was Al. A lot of people's shortcut to happiness. The other thing to consider is that he's not far from us. heartbeat away, a breath away. And so, still close. Our happiness is still close. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Klein, I'm the Chief of Anesthesia. I just begun to know Al. I serve on the Vision SysArc Task Force, which essentially means there's a lot of technology and computers and information systems, and it's an area for which my enthusiasm way exceeds my knowledge. And it was in that context that I got to know Al. He was going to shepherd me through this entire process. And the irony is that 2 weeks ago, Monday morning, get to my computer and there's an email from Al about a problem related to this task force, and I call someone in Dallas and I'm on the telephone trying to sort out this problem when Dr. Lizama comes walking by, and I see the somber look on his face and I kind of just wave because I'm too busy sorting out this problem. And I realize now that Dr. Lizama was on his way back from the cath lab. We had to gone to relay the news. And he would have told me about Al had I not been on the phone actually dealing with the problem that Al had brought to my attention. And, well, of course, life goes on. SysArc task force is going to proceed. I'm going to have to be working with all of these electronics and information systems, but Al was going to be the person who was going to shepherd me through all of this. And I don't know whether there's certainly not going to be an equivalent person who can do it. Even if there's somebody else who's going to fill Al's job, there's nobody who can do it the way he did. He just brought such a lot of enthusiasm to everything. I just used to love it when he dropped by my office and we'd talk about all these technical stuff. Half the time I didn't understand what Al was saying, but so I'm really just so sorry that I just gotten to know him, and he was really, I mean, just the words won't say it. To say he was a fine person, I mean, that really doesn't cut it, but you know what I mean. I'm really, really going to miss him. It's really regret that I had spent such a short time knowing him. My condolences really go out to you. Thank you.
Molly, in singing the hymn Amazing Grace, the words are on the, let's see, it would be my left, the bottom of the folder here.
But just listening to Al's life, I want to say, wow, and the only way that this song could be sung